All right, it is a beautiful day to be out here because we're talking about Uninterrupted. It's the athlete empowerment brand founded by LeBron James and Maverick Carter, partners with Drake for its first international launch.
Pretty awesome that we have Scott Moore and Vinay Vermani with us right now. We saw the big launch. We saw you on stage with Drake and LeBron. No big deal.
I often appear on stage with Drake and LeBron.
No big deal.
It's fun.
It's a typical Friday night, is what you're saying.
Friday
It's my
night.
regular Friday night for
Now,
Vinay and I.
maybe you can explain Uninterrupted for people who are still sort of understanding the concept here in Canada. How does it work and how is it different than what we've had in the past?
Well, one of the biggest differences is that the athletes really are in the driver's seat. They curate the content, they bring the stories to us, and we're just there to help them enhance their creative vision. It's unfiltered, it's uncompromised, it's not really journalistic in any sort of way, and it gives audiences a chance to get people to know their athletes so much better. What are their interests? What are their business interests? What are the things that they're passionate about? Fashion, lifestyle, that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
I guess from the journalist point of view, there's a little concern. Is this going to isolate them, though, from media more by having their own points?
I think it just integrates them even more. Really,
A lot of it's about being more than an athlete. It's about what interests them, what their passions are outside of the playing field. And there are lots of great examples of it in Canada. The one I used the other night, we had a guest, Adam Van Couverden, who you guys probably know, who was an Olympic gold medalist, multi-Olympic medalist, who's running for office, who wants to do something that he's passionate about and give back. Those are the types of stories you'll see. It's not about who scored the home runs and who had a triple-double. It's about what they do off the field. Because these are the rock stars. Vinay always says these are the rock stars of our generation.
Yeah.
They absolutely are. People are crazy for athletes. And we know Canada has an incredible amount of talent here. I read that you've worked on a story with Marcus Stroman.
Yeah.
Just about being not a big guy,
athlete.
being an undersized athlete. And this is such an interesting angle that you might not see if the media were to take the lead.
Absolutely. I mean, for a guy that was always told you're too short to do this, and for him to be where he is, I mean, and for him to sit with other athletes and talk about them and say, what drives you? What sort of put you into that mind frame that you could overcome that, right? So it is going to be very inspirational stories like that as well.
Another one you're talking about, Serge Ibaka.
Yeah.
You're doing a road trip with him.
Yeah, well, he's going down to the Congo to take the Larry O'Brien NBA championship trophy
First
back
time
home.
it's going down there.
And we're really excited. Well, this is really more Vinay's project.
And actually, it's Serge's project, and that's what's really special about this brand is that Serge came to us. This was his idea, something that he wanted to do. Serge, who's had such a difficult upbringing in the Congo, being homeless. He worked as a garbage man, no shoes, no food. For him to go back as a champion and just inspire his entire country with that trophy, it's so special. So we're going to be following him. There's a big parade planned in his village.
Amazing.
It's going to be really, really special. So that's going to be one of our first big projects.
And with
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I think in Canada, what we all want to know is, how are we going to see these stories? Where will they live? Where do we find them? Are they going to be everywhere? Are they print? Are they magazine? Are they digital? Are they conventional? Where do we find them?
Digital media and conventional media. It will be centered around uninterrupted.com. If you're in Canada, you can go to uninterrupted.com and find it. Plus, it'll be on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter. And it'll be on television as well. We're talking to various networks about where we put the Serge Ibaka project. We really just launched on Friday night with our big party. You'll see us going hard as of October and early November will be our real content launch.
So you actually have some contacts then in the media, Scott?
We have one or two.
One or two, right? Might know a couple of people. And this is the first time, though, outside of the U.S. Why did they go with Canada for the expansion?
I just think, obviously, geographically as well, but I think that, especially what happened last year with our championship, I think we really showed the world how passionate we are as sports fans. Diversity was a huge thing, not only in terms of athletes, how diverse our athletes are, but how diverse our fan base is. So I think it was just the right time.
And coming to Canada, they want to make sure that there are a lot of hockey stories told and a lot of grassroots stories told. LeBron obviously tends to go more a little bit towards basketball. The U.S. side is a lot of basketball, a lot of football, and a lot of grassroots athletes. So they're looking to expand not only geographically, but the number of sports that they cover and the number of athletes they cover.
Hockey's something I'm very excited about.
Oh my gosh,
I think all the
isn't?
hockey players are really ready now to come out and tell their stories and kind of be personalities and really own it. So.
And we had Max Domi at our party the other night.
Max
He's really
is great.
looking forward to doing stuff
Max
with
is
us.
now writing a book as well.
Is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Max is writing a book, and just, I mean, I can't get into it too much, but we're going to be doing some stuff with Max Domi as well.
Still a secret.
Yes.
I'm proud of both of you. We are proud to have Uninterrupted in Canada, so thank you so much for everything you're doing. And we are so at the tip of our seats waiting to hear everything we can about the athletes beyond their life as athletes.
Definitely.
So thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
More on BT coming up after the break.